Hello, students. Welcome back again to Mathematics video lesson with yours truly, Ma'am Lorena S. Maglonso. So today, we're going to discuss Quarter 3, Module 5, which is about solving congruent parts of congruent triangles. So as usual, the materials needed are ballpen and paper. So here are the objectives. After going through this lesson, you are expected to 1. Identify corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Solve corresponding parts of congruent triangles and show interest in solving problems involving corresponding parts of congruent triangles. But before we proceed to our lesson, let's have first some review. So without an illustration, suppose triangle CAR or CAR is congruent to triangle LET or LET. Complete each statement. So for number 1, we have angle A is congruent to what? So, di ba last time, diniscuss natin yung congruency or corresponding congruent parts of a triangle. So again, this time, wala siyang illustration or wala tayong triangle. So, ang katapat or the corresponding vertices or vertex ng A is E. So, the answer is angle E. How about for number 2? Blank is equal to the measure of angle T. Okay, very good. The answer is measure of angle R. How about side AR? Okay, very good. That is side ET. For CA equals blank. Good, that is LE. And for number 5, ETL, the answer is ARC or triangle arc. Very good. Now, let's discuss solving congruent parts of congruent triangles. So, what do you see in the picture? Okay, that is a San Juanico Bridge. Very good. And this bridge is the longest bridge in the Philippines. Do you see any shapes in the bridge? Are there congruent shape in the picture? Okay, very good. We have there a congruent triangles. So, triangles are widely used in our structures and triangles make the structure sturdy. So, ibig sabihin, yung mga triangles na ginagamit natin sa mga structure katulad ng bridge or itong San Juanico Bridge. So, yung mga triangles na yan yung nagpapatibay dun sa bridge. So, ito yung nagpapasolido or nagpapasolid para hindi bumagsak agad yung isang structure. And yung San Juanico Bridge, that is known as, sabi ko nga kanina, that is the longest bridge in the Philippines. So, the construction began in 1969 and it was finished in 1973. And the cost are about $22 million or 154 million pesos noong 70s. And the bridge ranges 2.2 kilometers and connects the twin island of Leyte and Samar. So, siya yung nagko-connect sa Leyte and Samar. And it even withstood the power of the super typhoon Yolanda in 2013 and very evident that it contributes to the economic growth and love of the two islands. So, that is a short history about San Juanico Bridge. Now, two triangles are congruent if all the pairs of their corresponding sides and all the pairs of their corresponding angles are congruent. So, ito ay natakal din natin last time. So, kapag meron tayong dalawang triangles na congruent, yung lahat ng pairs ng sides and lahat ng pairs ng angles niya, ibig sabihin, congruent yung dalawang triangles. So, let's have these two triangles. So, the number of markings will determine which sides and angles are congruent. So, ito nga yung mga markings na sinasabi ko last time or tinatawag din nating hatch. Mga hatching. So, ito yung markings natin for angle and ito naman yung markings natin for sides. So, let's identify the congruent sides of these two triangles. So, if MA or side MA is congruent to RU, so ito yung MA, and dito naman yung RU. Or pwede naman magkabaliktad, side MA or segment MA is congruent to segment UR. So, pinagbaliktad lang. Then, MA is equal to RU or AM is equal to UR. The other side, the second side that is congruent, is side AT is congruent to side UG. So, ito AT and then UG. And then, pwedeng magkabaliktad din. Then, AT is equal to UG or TA equals GU. And the third side, that is if MT or side MT, segment MT is congruent to segment RG or segment TM is congruent to segment GR. So, ito yun yung nasa ilalim. So, again, kung saan na yung vertices niya or yung vertex natin, kailangan correspondence pa rin. Then, MT is equal to RG or TM is equal to GR. Okay, remember that there is no bar line on top of the letters when referring to measurements. So, ito, kapag wala siyang bar line at equal lang siya, ang pinag-uusapan natin is measure. Ibig sabihin may katumbas na sukat na ito. Okay. Next is the angles. So for the angles, we have if angle M is congruent to angle R, then measure of angle M is equal to the measure of angle R. So ito yung angle M natin and this is the angle R. The next angle is if angle A is congruent to angle U. Ito yung A natin. Ito yung U. Then the measure of angle A is equal to the measure of angle U. And the last angle, if angle T is congruent to angle G, then measure of angle T is equal to the measure of angle G. And remember, we write M before the symbol of angle. So ito, when we are referring to the measurement of its sides. So, kung dun sa sides natin, tinatanggal natin yung bar. Dito naman sa angles, makikita mo yung letter M, which means measure of angle. Okay. The triangles shown below are congruent. So, let's find MU, find PN, and find EN. So, ito na yung magsosolve na tayo. Okay, so this is the solution for MU. So, may table dito para mas madali niyong maintindihan kung paano natin makukuha yung measure ng MU. So, we have here MG. Ang sukat niya ay 5 mm or 5 mm. We have here GU, 19. And din dito naman sa kabila, we have PE, which is 15 din. So, for step 1, we're going to identify the corresponding congruent parts of triangle MUG and triangle PEN. So, ito yung ating dalawang congruent sides. So, itong MU, congruent siya sa PE. Kasi MU yung nawawala. So, yun yung kailangan natin kunin. Next is, by the definition of congruent segments, the measurements of the sides are equal. So, dahil itong dalawang sides na to ay congruent, so, tatanggalin lang natin yung symbol na line sa taas, yung symbol ng segment, and then yung congruent na symbol, gagawin nating equal. For step 3, so, papalitan natin yung PE ng 15 kasi yun yung sukat niya. So, di ba sabi ko sa inyo, pag wala na yung bar sa taas, ibig sabihin, ang pinag-uusapan na natin is yung measurement. So, substitute lang natin, papalitan natin yung PE ng 15. So, from there, we can conclude that mu is equal to 15 millimeter. So, ganun lang siya kadali. Now, let's find the solution or the answer for Pn. So, same pa rin, step 1, identify the corresponding congruent parts of triangle MUG congruent to triangle PEN. So, dahil PN naman yung nawawala natin, so, papartneran natin yung PN. So, ang kapartner ni PN ay congruent siya sa side MG. Next is, so by the definition of congruent segments, the measurements of the sides are equal. So, kung equal siya, ayan. So, tatanggalin ulit natin yung congruent na symbol, gagawin natin equal, then din yung bar, tatanggalin na din natin. And then for step 3, we're going to replace mg by 5. So, kasi ito yung mg yung meron tayong given na measurement, which is 5. So, papalitan lang natin yung mg ng 5. Then, bring down natin yung pn. So, from that, we can say that pn is equal to 5 mm. Next is for en. So, again, same procedure. So, identify the corresponding congruent parts. So, dahil en naman to, this one. So, ano ang kakongruent side ng en? Okay, very good. That is side UG. So, ayan. UG is congruent to side en. Then, for step 2, so same again. Tatanggalin na natin yung bar kasi for measurement equal sila. Then, for step 3, we're going to replace UG by 19 kasi UG yung ating merong given na measurement. So, 19 yung UG equals to EN. Therefore, EN is equals to 19 mm. Next example. In the figure below, we have triangle MHA is congruent to triangle THA. So, corresponding parts of congruent triangles are similarly marked. So, ayan. Ito yung ating dalawang triangles. Magkadikit siya. Ito yung MHA. And then, ito naman yung THA. So, kung makikita natin, meron tayo ditong for angle A, we have 55 degree. For angle T, we have 100 degree. And for angle H, we have 25 degree. So, kanina yung hinanap natin is yung mga measure ng side. This time, we're going to look for the measure of the angle. So, tatlo yung hahanapin ulit natin. So, measure ng TAH, measure ng angle M, and measure ng MHA. So, itong tatlong letters, pag kukunin mo yung isa niya, that is yung nasa gitna. So, meaning yung measure ng angle A at saka measure ng angle H. So, again, remember that the total measurement of the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Okay. So, for the solution for angle for finding the measure of angle TAH or measure ng angle A. So, for step 1, again, identify natin yung corresponding congruent parts of measure of triangle MHA is congruent to triangle THA. So, dahil ang nawawala is yung A, so ito, so ano yung ating congruent angles dyan or parts? So, that is measure of angle or angle MAH is congruent to angle TAH. Next, for step 2, by the definition of congruent angles, the measurements of the angles are equal. So, sa may measurements tayo, so itong angle MAH, lalagyan natin na measure of angle MAH. Then yung congruent na symbol, gagawin natin equal, magiging measure of angle TAH. Then for step 3, so same procedure, we're going to substitute or replace yung triangle MAH kasi ito yung may sukat dito. So 55 degree. So is equal to the measure of angle TAH. So from that, we can conclude that the measure of angle TAH is equal to 55 degree. Next, for solution number 2, for finding the measure of angle M. So, ito yung measure ng angle M. So, actually, kahit wala yung step na to, madali naman natin siyang makuha yung sagot. Kasi pag dinignan natin yung figure. Pero, syempre, math tayo. So, kailangan ipakita natin yung step by step para mas madaling maintindihan. Pagka alam mo na yung mga steps niya, kahit hindi mo na siya sundan, madali mo na siyang makukuha. Okay, so identify the corresponding congruent parts. So, dahil angle M yung nawawala natin, ang kapartner ng angle M or ka-corresponding congruent niya ay angle T. So, ayan. And then, so gagawin natin yung measurement equal sa measurement. Magiging measure of angle M is equal to the measure of angle T. And then, we're going to replace the measure of angle T kasi yun yung may sukat. So, that is 100 degrees. So, the measure of angle M is equal to 100 degrees. Next, for the measure of angle MHA or angle H. So, ito yung angle H. So, sa figure, madali nating makukuha. So, obviously, ang sagot dito is 25. So, ngayon, papakita natin paano naging 25 degree. So, dahil MHA, so ang kapartner niya na side or the angle ay THA. Kasi HH. And then, gagawin natin yung measurement. So, measurement of angle MHA is equal to the measurement of angle THA. Then, we're going to substitute dahil ang sukat na meron tayong given ay yung sa THA, which is 25 degree. So, ayan. Pag sinubstitute natin or ni-replace natin yung measure ng THA, 25 degree, ang measure ng angle MHA ay 25 degree. Okay, this time, without an illustration. So, ito wala ng illustration. Yung kanina, madaling makita. Kasi may illustration tayo. But this time, wala tayong illustration. So, suppose the triangle BGM is congruent to triangle CHL. The perimeter of triangle BGM is 81 mm. GM is equal to 15 mm. BM is equal to 37 mm. MC is equal to 37 degree. Measure of angle C to is equal to 37 degree. And the measure of, this is angle, nawala ang angle natin. And then measure of angle M is equal to 56 degree. So we're going to find these 8. So BG, CH, HL, CL. Measure of angle B, measure of angle G, measure of angle H, and measure of angle L. So let's have it one by one. So for number 1, BG. So we're going to write an equation. So GM plus BM plus BG is equal to the perimeter of a triangle. So we're going to replace the perimeter by 81. So 81 yung kanina nating given. Yung GM natin ay 15 and yung BM natin ay 37. So ito na equation natin. Then after that, we're going to add 15 and 37. So that is 52 plus BG is equal to 51. Next is, we're going to add both sides by negative 52. So para matanggal natin dito yung 52 at maiwan dito yung BG kasi yun yung hinahanap natin. So ang gagawin natin is, magsusubtract tayo both side by negative 52. So, ayan na siya. Then, for step 5, so isosolve na, syempre, isosolve na natin to. Maka-cancel na yung 52, matitira yung BG. So, BG is equals to 29 mm kasi 81 plus negative 52 is 29. Next is for the solution of CH. So, we're going to identify the corresponding congruent parts of triangle BGM is congruent to triangle CHL. So, ayan. So, dahil yung CH yung ating hinahanap, ang kapartner ni CH ay BG. And by the definition, so, katulad nung kanina natin, so, maalis na yung mga symbol na to, yung mga bar, and then this one will become equal sign. So, ayan na siya. Next is we're going to replace BG by 29 kasi yun yung nakuha natin kanina. So, 29 is equals to CH. So, therefore, CH is equal to 29 mm. Next is for HL. So, again, we're going to identify the corresponding congruent parts of triangle BGM is congruent to triangle CHL. So, ito ay HL. So, ang kanyang corresponding side ay GM. So, yan. We have side GM is congruent to side HL. And then, yung measurement natin, pag i-equalin natin, so tatanggalin na yung mga bar at saka yung congruent, gagawing equal. And then, ano yung nakuha natin kanina sa HL? Ay, sa GM pala, that is 15. So, 15 is equal to HL, and then, therefore, HL is equal to 15 millimeter. Next is for CL. So, ito naman, CL, ang ating corresponding congruent parts. So, CL, that is BM. So, BM is congruent to CL. So, by the definition of congruent, so, ayan siya. And then, napapalitan natin na 37 yung BM natin. And therefore, CL is equal to 37 mm. Now, let's proceed to the measure of angle B. So, again, identify the corresponding congruent parts. So, ang kapartner or kakongruent ni angle B ay angle C. Very good. And then, we're going to equal the measurements of the angle. So, measure of angle B is equal to the measure of angle C. Then, we're going to replace measure of angle C by 37 degree. Yun yung nasa given natin sa una-una. So, therefore, measure of angle B is equal to 37 degree. Next is for the measure of angle G. So, ito, gagawa muna tayo ng equation. So, measure of angle B plus measure of angle G plus measure of angle M is equal to 180 degree. So, we're going to replace measure of angle B by 37 degree and then yung measure ng angle M by 56 degree. So, ito ay dun sa given natin. So, ayan na. Pag pinalitan natin yung B, magiging 37. Then, yung G, ito yung nawawala. M natin is 56 degree. So, bakit 180 degree? So, diba, sabi ko kanina, the measure of the, or the total measure of the interior angles ng triangle ay 180 degree. Next is we're going to add 37 and 56. So, that is 93 degree is equal to 180 degree. And then, add both sides by negative 93 degree. So, ayan, para ma-cancel na yung 93 dito. Ayan, sa kabila may 93 na din. So, we're going to simplify. The answer is, measure of angle G is equal to 87 degree. So, pag pinag-minus mo yung 180 sa 93, the answer is 87 degree. Next is for the measure of angle H. So, identify the corresponding congruent parts of triangle BGM. Again, so, ang congruent ni measure ng angle H ay measure ng angle G. Then, pag-i-equalin, ang sukat ni angle H ay 87. Ang angle G ay 87. So, therefore, the measure of angle H is also 87 degree. And for the measure of angle L, so, ayan, ang kapartner or kakongruent ni angle L ay angle M. Then, lalagyan natin ng measure, M. Then, ito, magiging equals na siya. Then, 56 natin, dahil yun yung sukat ni M. So, 56 is equal to the measure of angle L. Therefore, the measure of angle L is 56 degree. Okay, so, yun yung walang triangles or walang illustration. Now, this time, we're going to find the value of X given lang itong figure na to. So, given natin is triangle RPA is congruent to triangle NUJ. RP is equal to 2x plus 5 and NU equals 13. Find the value of X. So, we have here 7 steps. So, for step 1, identify natin yung corresponding congruent parts ulit. So, RP is congruent to NU or side NU. Next is yung measurement natin. Ganun ulit. So, next is papalitan natin yung RP ng 2x plus 5 kasi ito yung given. And then, yung NU natin, gagawin natin 13. Kasi ang hinahanap natin is the value of x. So, ayan. 2x plus 5 equals 13. Then, after that, we're going to add both sides by negative 5. So, para makancel natin yung 5 dito, add tayo both sides by negative 5. So, makakancel na to. Then, by simplifying, so, magiging 2x equals 8 kasi 13 plus negative 5, that is 8. Then, i-divide naman natin both sides by 2 para ma-cancel naman yung 2 na katabi ni x. So, divide natin. Ayan. So, maka-cancel na yung 2. So, ang x natin ay 4. 8 divided by 2, that is 4. So, the value of x is 4. Now, another example. So, ito naman sa angle naman tayo. We have triangle ACN is congruent triangle GMP. Ang measure ng angle A natin is equal to 3x minus 10 degree. And the measure of angle G is equal to 32 degrees. So, we're going to find the value of x. So, same lang din. So, pag-equalin natin yung dalawang congruent parts, which is yung given natin na angle A at saka angle G. Then, equal natin by the measurement ng angles. Then, substitute natin or replace. So, yung angle A, ang measure ng angle A natin is 3x minus 10 degree. And then, the measure of angle G ay 32 degrees. So, ayan na. Then, after that, we're going to rewrite the equation in step 3. So, ayan, nire-write natin siya. So, ito ay x2. So, tatanggalin lang natin yung parenthesis niya, tsaka yung degree. Then, para ma-cancel yung 10 natin, yung negative 10, so we're going to add both sides by 10. So, magiging 3x minus 10 plus 10 is equals to 32 plus 10. Then, maka-cancel na tong 10, may iwan na yung 3x. So, 3x is equals to 42. Bakit yung 42? 32 plus 10. And then, para makuha natin yung value ng x, so dahil 3 yung katabi ni x, so we're going to divide both sides by 3. So, ayan. Divide natin both sides by 3. Cancel natin yung 3. So, 42 divided by 3, the answer is 14 by simplifying. So, the measure of angle x or the value of x is 14. Now, for example F, given triangle HP is congruent triangle HPO. EH is equals to 4x plus 5 mm and OH is equals to 3x plus 12 mm. Find the value of x and what is EH and OH. So, ito yung triangle natin. Okay, let's find first the value of x. Kasi, yung value ng x, pag nakuha natin, isa-substitute natin doon para makuha natin yung measure ng EH at saka ng OH. So, pag i-equalin ulit natin si EH at saka si OH. And then, yung kanyang measure. So, si EH ay 4x plus 5 at si OH ay 3x plus 12. Then, add both sides by negative 3x. So, ayan. So, makakancel na dito si 3x. And then, simplify natin. Pag sinimplify natin, magiging x plus 5 equals 12. Bakit naging x plus 5 equals 12 na lang? So, we have here 4x minus 3x. So, x na lang siya. Tapos si 5. Tapos yung 12. Then, add both sides natin by negative 5. So, ito namang 5 yung aalisin natin dito para maiwan yung x. So, ayan. Nagdagdag tayo ng negative 5. So, makakancel na to. Then, kapag sinimplify natin yan, x equals 7. So, x, 12 plus negative 5, that is 7. So, ang value ng x natin ay 7. Now, para makuha natin yung value ng EH at saka ng OH, papalitan natin yung x ng 7. So, yung 4x plus 5, that is yung galing sa EH. So, yung x magiging 7. So, 4 times 7 plus 5. That is 28 plus 5. 4 times 7 is 28. Bring down 5. The answer is 33 mm. Next, for OH, same procedure. Yung x natin, nakatabi ni 3, magiging 7. So, 3 times 7 plus 12. So, ayan. 3 times 7, that will become 21 plus 12. 21 plus 12, the answer is 33 millimeters. So, kung makikita nyo, equal siya. Bakit mag-i-equal? Kasi congruent triangles tayo. So, kung ano yung sukat ng kabilang side, dapat yun din yung sukat ng ating kabilang side. And for example, letter G. So, given the triangle GKN is congruent to triangle PNK, measure of angle G is equal to the 5x minus 16 degree and measure of angle P is equal to 2x plus 32 degree. Find the value of x, find measure of angle G and the measure of angle P. So, kanina side, ngayon naman angle. So, same procedure lang. So, ano yung dalawang equal natin? So, syempre yung given natin, which is angle G and angle P. Then, yung measurement ng angle, equal din. Measure of angle G is equal to the measure of angle P. Next is substitute natin o papalitan natin yung measure ng angle G nung given natin, which is 5x minus 16. Sa measure ng angle P naman is 2x plus 32 degree. Then, i-rewrite lang natin siya. Tatanggalin natin yung mga parentheses at saka yung degree. Then, after that, for step 5, we're going to add both side by negative 2x para makancel yung 2x dito sa left side, sa right side. So, ayan. Kung makakancel na siya, cancel na tong 2x dito, tsaka ito. So, ang matitira is 3x minus 16 kasi 5x minus 2x is 3x. Bring down negative 60. Sa kabila, ang natira ay 32. Then, we're going now to 16 naman yung aalisin natin. So, dahil negative 16 to, ang i-add natin ay 16. So, ito yung in-add natin na 16. So, cancel na to. Then, simplify. So, magiging 3x na lang is equals to 32 plus 16, that is 48. Then, to get the value of x, we're going to divide both side by 3. So, pag nag-divide tayo both side by 3, cancel lang 3. Simplify, x is equal to 16. So, ang sukat ng x natin ay 16. That is the value of x. Now, to find the value of, to find the measure of angle G tsaka measure ng angle P, so dapat mag-equal ulit sila. So, papalitan natin yung x natin ng, ano ipapalit natin? 16. So, 5 times 16 minus 16. So, 5 times 16 is 80. Bring down negative 16. That is 64. Then, sa measure ng angle P natin, so yung x natin, papalitan natin na 16. 2 times 16, that is 32. Bring down 32. 32 plus 32 is equal to 64. So, ibig sabihin, tama yung measure ng angle x natin. Tama yung value ng x natin. Kasi pag sinubstitute natin siya dun sa dalawang congruent angles, which is angle G and angle P, they have the same measure, which is 64. And that's it. I hope you understand. So, dami ng examples na yon. So, thank you and have a good day ahead. Thank you.